Okay. So y'all can hear me now. Yeah, it would appear I'm having technical difficulties with this mic tonight. So we're gonna try to make it work. If you can hear me, just send a thumbs up in the chat, cause I'm just hearing myself in my mic, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me as well. Okay, cool. Yes, I waited really late to do this live stream, so I'm sure not a lot of people is gonna be in here. Um, so if you guys hear anything, like I said, I'm having difficulties with the mic tonight. If you can't hear me, just let me know, and I have the chat log up so I can see if like something goes wrong with the mic. You guys can just let me know. Okay. So we gonna go over this again because it's like the third live stream tonight, the third take. Um. So yeah, so let's just dive right in. So I'm doing like a review of the characters in the game. Um. Let's dive right in. So and now my controller's acting stupid. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, thumbs up if you can still hear me the same. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Mike's acting crazy. Okay, so I think we're good now. All right, everybody good, right? Okay. All right. Now we're in here. All right, man. Um, shit, Jesus. Um, so Until Dawn, man. The characters in this game, pretty crazy. It's a lot of things about each character, that could like help you with choices made in the game. Um, some I can say that I strayed away from them. I didn't really go with the attributes in the game, the different characteristics of the people in the game. I can say that I kind of strayed away from some of them on some of the choices. All right, so let's get into these characters, man. Um, um, Sam, Hannah's best friend. Um, Diligent, considerate, adventurous. I don't really see her as the adventurous type. I see that she's open to possibilities, but I don't see her being too adventurous. Like she doesn't seem like the type that if she hears sound around the corner, she's gonna go like, "What's that? I gotta go see what that is." You know, we have a character like that. We'll get into her later. Um, Considerate, yeah. Her being here is the whole point of her being considerate, like, because otherwise she wouldn't be here. You know, like this isn't her. Her natural way. As you can see, she was hesitant even on the bus ride up. Like, that's just her being considerate. But naturally, she wouldn't be there because she doesn't even fit in. She was kind of there for Hannah, you know, to begin with. She didn't really kind of fit in with everybody else the way the females were, and she wasn't interested in the shit that the guys were interested in. So, so she's just kind of here as like bonus friend, if you ask me. She kind of just like she's cool with everybody, but she doesn't really fit in, and she's here out of consideration for the fact that Josh lost his sisters. So that's what she's here for, is her being considerate and trying to be there for everybody. So I mean, it's a lot that it's a lot to unpack about Sam. She's kind of like withdrawn, so she doesn't really give a lot. She kind of standoffish in the game. Chris. Chris is protective, yes, but I don't. Well, first, he has a crush on Ashley, but I think that he kind of blew that. You know what I mean? Like he took way too long, and um, but we'll see how that works out. I don't think he's very protective in a sense of like, okay, he would protect anyone. I think he's mostly protective for those he care about, if he really cares about you. Because he was damn sure willing to let Josh get cut in half for Ashley. So, and that was his man's, so it was his best friend. So I don't know. Um, Looked like he would drop on you for a female, type of dude I wouldn't want to kick it with. Um, um, Humorous. I think he thinks he's funny, but he's not really funny. Like he's more like that quirky, nervous, funny. Like the ease the tension in the room type of humor. Nerdy, but not really comical. Um, he was protective in a sense, like okay, if I need to do this, I'll do this. But like when he was running with Ashley, he was more so like, what I want to do is get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? But he's like, but I'll go. So I think if put in a position, he'll rise to the occasion, but that doesn't necessarily make you a protector, you know. But he's one of those characters that's has impacted the game because he has more of a reclusiveness himself. At the same time, he's trying his best to kind of like handle the situation the best way he can with everybody else freaking out around him. So It's going to be crazy to see how this ends with him. Hopefully, he's still alive at the end. Jess, I don't know if I like Jess too much. Like, I think Jess has too much going on. Like, she's too hysterical. Many times in the game, it was like, just shut up. Like, I wanted Jess to just be quiet, but she just didn't. She just kept screaming and you know talking about ghosts and all of that shit. And it was, oh, excuse me. And so it was like, oh my God, just walk, just go. You know what I mean? Trusting, yeah. Very very trusting. Um, Confident. I wouldn't say she was confident. I mean, if you look at her back at the cabin, you know, Mike had to go through hell in a handbasket just to get the jacket off. You know what I mean? It was like 'cause she was worried about her body. That doesn't scream confidence. And she wanted the curtains, and she had to get a little lick it up. It was like you don't seem too confident in yourself, in your ability, or in your relationship with your new boyfriend. So I mean, you know, and then even with she's not sure if she's not sure if she's gonna like live or make it. So a lot of her character a lot of her character displayed in the game doesn't scream confidence to me. And trusting, I don't know, because she I feel like she'll break on the next corner on you, the same way Chris would if it means they're gonna survive. So I don't know if she's too trusting. You know, I don't think so. And I think that when it comes to Mike, I think she's still worried about Mike and Emily. I don't know why, but I think she is. So that's impacted her relationship with Mike a little bit and how she's carrying herself up here on the mountain. But we'll see if she lives as well. Emily, I think everybody who's gonna watch this live stream was like clapping when my man Matt jumped and let Emily drop. It was like, good one. You know what I mean? Good one, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm seeing the options and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Emily. I don't like her face. I don't like the way she talks. And I don't like the way she be ragging on my man Matt. I don't like it. I don't like it not one bit. You know, like she's scandalous too. You know, my man Matt trying to be good to her. And she like, I just saw Mike. I'm gonna stroll back down the mountain, and I want to do it by myself. It's like I saw it. Look, from the beginning, as soon as she said she wanted to go back down the mountain because she forgot something after Mike went that way as well, I was like, bruh, you better walk with him. But he ain't want to make no fuss about it like most dudes. He was like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go head up the mountain and whatever. But if he was smart, he'd have been like, listen, we going down there together. You know, nah, I ain't with it. He was stupid, but I get it. Sometimes, we like that. We want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but like I said, she's persuasive, and that's one of her attributes, man. She's intelligent, she's persuasive, and she's resourceful. Somebody like that is scary, especially in a female. No offense, ladies, but in a female, them three attributes right there is scary, man. Like, have a dude tap dancing butt naked in the snow for $1 just to get just just because she convinced him to. You know what I mean? Like, she's dangerous, man. Only for him to still not even get any rap from her. It's crazy, man. And Mike don't seem too happy. Matt don't seem too happy. That's why I let it drop. I did that for him. I said, obviously he don't got the guts to leave. I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna go ahead and force him one of those options. I'm gonna just force him to jump, and let it drop. Just for his own good. He don't know it yet, but he gonna thank me later at the end of the game. So, so yeah. And she and let's note they have right here under her name, Mike's ex. It's a reason for that. Mike said, "Yeah, I ain't doing this no more. I'm good." You know. And when he first jumped out at him and scared her and Matt, he was like, "There you go. That's how you always acting like what? Like that." They could have let him slip that in. Like if they'd have added that to the dialogue or to the script, that when he said like that, instead of saying like that, he could have been like, like that. That's why I left you. Like if they had let him slide something like that in there, because like she seemed like the type to need her bubble bust. I don't think she left Mike. I think Mike left her and upgraded. That's why she was mad at the cabin. They should have let him slide that. Like, see, that's why I ain't with you now. You know, but that would have been too real. So but that's something I'd have said to her. Like, you know what? That's why you're not here. You know, that's why I'm with Jess right now. Yeah. I'd probably slid that out her throat real quick, but it's cool. So yeah, I think like most people who have been watching me play this game, you don't like Emily as much as I don't like her. Like nobody likes her. She's not a fan favorite. She's not a fan favorite. Yeah, my man Matt. I actually talked about him a little bit in Emily in Emily's review. Um, I think he's you know helpful. Part of that motivated type. He wants to help everybody. I think he wants to be a good boyfriend. He wants to be a good friend. He wants everybody to get along. And most of the time, he ends up being the one getting screwed as a result. You know, so and Emily's new boyfriend. I think I kind of ruined that when I let her drop. Good for him. You know. Um, so I mean, I'm anxious to see how things turn out for him. I will say I'm gonna do my best to try to keep him alive, y'all. I'm trying. That's what I'm going for. I want to keep everybody alive till dawn. I might let Emily die. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought I did let her die, but apparently, she like a cockroach in hellfire, man. She lived. She just crawled out from the rubble. I thought she fell down with a bunch of iron and steel and wood, man. And the next thing you know, she crawling out from the bottom, catching elevators. It's like, what? You didn't die? Oh man, what we got to do to get your character out of here? I don't know. But but yeah. So yeah, good up to my man Matt. Let's see what we can do for him in the future of this game. Mike. Mike's intelligent, driven. You know what I mean? Intelligent, driven, and persuasive. Um, but we saw a little bit of his persuasion back at the cabin because Jess was taking it off until whatever that was that snatched her through the window, just messed the whole groove up. But Mike had took his time, said all the right things. Next thing you know, they was on the couch. It was going down. He was in his wife beater. It was going down. You know, and that's part of that. See, it's driven. It's part of that drive he has. That like he was like, yo, it's going down tonight. I don't know what I got to do to get her. He was complimenting her. He was like, "What do you mean you're amazing?" You know what I'm saying? So it was like, he was like, he was saying all the right things. So those attributes right there for Mike. And one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put like 5 stars next to intelligent because of what it says under his name, Emily's ex. My man made moves. He got up out of there. So he's definitely smart. Says a lot about my man Matt. But we're gonna help him out. We're gonna help him out on the back end. We're gonna get him right. Hopefully him and Mike can become real good friends so Mike can give him some pointers on, what to do right. So, but Mike is a real smart dude. I mean, he's even figured out where um, Josh was held up at that asylum. Like he's figured out, pretty much the layer, and he even figured out the tunnels. That's how he ran back into Sam in 7. So, he's figuring some things out, and a lot of people wonder why. I was talking with a few people about this earlier. Everybody was wondering why I cut his fingers off, and I thought it was smarter because, and I could have been thinking way outside the box with this, and the game wasn't even there with me. But if he had used, I feel like he would have used the machete to put a space between, to open up the bear trap, which would have potentially broke the machete. Then he would have been without a weapon, but still with these messed up fingers. You know what I mean? His fingers would have still been jacked up, and you can get infections and stuff like that, and then your whole arm is no good. I felt like you amputate the fingers, save your arm and your hand at least. But at the same time, he kept a weapon. You know what I mean? That was my thinking on that. So I said, you know what, lose the fingers. We're not gonna lose the knife, 'cause that thing might be pertinent to our survival. And I think whatever is out in the woods with them red eyes, I think that's where they're gonna use that machete on. So let's hope that my choice to lose the fingers and not the knife was a good choice. So we'll see. But I'm doing my best to keep everybody alive. So far, uh, I've lost two people, but I think they're still alive. I think I think it was, yeah, it was Jess dropped, but I think she's still alive. Emily's obviously cockroach. She's alive. Um, Mike just lost some fingers. You know, he just lost some fingers, so he good. Um, Chris, him and uh, him and Ashley almost lost their heads with some saws, man. Come to find out, gun had blanks. You know, so they good, but you know. So hopefully, let's see. Like I said, let's see if we can keep him alive. I think Mike should live to the end. I think he should live till dawn, but it's getting a little real for him and Sam. So we'll see, because they trapped in the basement. So we're gonna see what's gonna go down for them. Because we still got to worry about the guy with the flame. You know, we got to worry about whatever the red eyes are. You know, it's a lot going on. And Josh was obviously just playing a trick. So, which is a lot to unpack about that too. I was talking with a few people about that. So let's, you know, I think it's a lot to unpack about Josh. That I think the game is trying to sway us to believe he's the killer. But moving on from that, well, before I move on to that, let's finish up Mike. I think I want to make sure that Mike lives, because I think Mike is a survivalist, and he's going to be pertinent to not only his own survival but everybody around him. So I think keeping him alive is going to somehow help me keep everyone else alive as well. But we'll see. Ashley, academic, inquisitive, forthright. Now, inquisitive, I went against that when earlier when she saw his phone hanging out the bag and I didn't go for it. I didn't want to snoop. But, you know, yeah. All she, you know, I don't know what the phone said. I feel like we're gonna find out later. But I didn't want to snoop, you know, and there hasn't really been any opportunities to show, you know, her inquisitive side, you know, since, you know, the game has. I mean, well, other than the whole in seven when she was like seeking out all the clues and wanting to follow the ghost and putting things together, as far as the Ouija board, understanding that the ghost came from, you know, that it was real. And when Chris was trying to, you know, act like he didn't, he was just, I guess he's more like he believes in science, 1+1, you know, something he can see that he can feel that he believes to be real. It wasn't until he finally saw the ghost that he knew what was up. But forthright, I went against that because instead of just saying, yeah, man, go ahead, look out the telescope, you know, so Matt can just see his girl on there. I tried to like sugarcoat it and make sure, you know, like he didn't look, like, you know, try to hide it instead of just letting him know what the deal was. So I think I kind of went against her, um, one of her characteristics there. But I think that still worked out because I mean he still ended up seeing it. So, but it just kind of went against her character. But she's annoying as well. You know, I think sadly, most of the females in this game are very annoying. Emily's like she took the first place trophy home all day long. Um, but Sam is pretty cool. Like Sam, she don't say stupid stuff, and like Sam is pretty cool. Like everything she said has made sense. It's like she ain't like yelling craziness. Like they've been kind of, you know, like I can't even say that word. Like they've just been kind of crazy, man. So um, but I think it's still a lot to unpack about this character as well, so I won't say much about her. But I don't see how she didn't know Chris liked her, and I don't see why Chris took so long to say what's up. I don't, yeah, that part I'm not even getting. But especially if y'all been friends all this time, you know. Oh, this dude right here. I know everybody got questions about this motherfucker right here. Jesus, I can't curse. I hope they don't take my live stream down because of that. But I know everybody got questions about this guy, man. Like this dude, is he real? Is he even here? Right? Does he actually exist, or is he a figment of Josh? Josh? imagination. Joss has been like, and if you notice, every time he's in the office looks different every time. Like, just go back on all the previous videos if you don't remember. Every time he sees this guy, it's different. It's different. Like the office, one time it looks medieval, then another time it looks like the hospital is up and running again. The office is like neat and new. So I'm wondering if this guy is like his doctor that he killed, or maybe he's just a figment of his imagination and never existed at all. Somebody he made up, his conscience, or something like that, or that voice in the back of his mind that checks him a bit. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out eventually, toward the end of the game, or at the end. We'll figure out who this guy is, man. Like, right now it's hard to tell because nothing looks real about him. The scenarios that happen, it just never. It just seems like something. There's like this voice in his head that he's battling, and it happens to take on form of this guy here. So I don't have a lot to say about this one, because it's not really a lot to go off of. It's more confusing than anything. So, um, your guess is as good as mine. But you can let me know in the comments what you think or what your opinion is. And then this dude right here, to Scott right here, man. Oh man, I found a perfect still shot of this dude's face. I'm like, yeah, this is the one I'm gonna put up. Everybody's gonna kind of like jump back a little bit, like, oh Jesus, this dude right here, man. I found like the perfect still shot of this dude's face, but we knew right here in the beginning of the game. We knew right here. This was the moment where everybody that was watching me play this game should have stopped and been like, this dude don't look right. Look at this. Look at his face. You know. Yeah. We we all going up the mountain with him. Okay. Cool. Like, this is the moment right here. This is what we were all supposed to know. It's, you say you could look in someone's eyes, you could tell that something's not right. Look at this dude's eyes, man. Like, look at the grin. Like, where you at right now, bro? You know what I mean? What you really thinking about while you making this? Because you think about it, he's making this video about how he's happy everybody's coming up the mountain and we're all getting together again. Why is these your two sisters, two twin sisters died? And this dude is making like a happy video of how he's glad to see his friends again and he's happy everybody's coming up the mountain. And it's it's like, yo, why you so happy, yo? Like, he just don't want to talk about it. Some people deal with trauma like that. They try to like move on and be happy, but this dude was like eerie about it from the beginning to me. You know what I mean? Like, from the beginning. So I always felt like something was weird about that. And I even had someone, suggest that he might be a part of it all. And I wasn't certain if that was actually the case, but apparently they were right, because he was. But I didn't actually think he was actually a part of it. I thought that, I mean, because it was his sisters, and then the night that his sisters died, he was drunk, passed out at the counter. You know, how they died that night actually was a mistake from their own fear. So I really didn't think that he had anything to do with it. I just thought he was a little strange. But now we see, that certain people were right for thinking that he might have something to do with it, or that he might have had something to do with it. But now that we know that he was just playing a trick on everybody, and that he actually didn't kill anybody, we have to wonder, like, what's really going on. Because, I mean, if he was just playing a joke on everybody and he just did it for laughs and for payback, then who is killing? Who is chasing them? Who's the red eyes? Who's the red eyes? We ain't even got to that point yet. Who's red eyes, man? Who's the dude with the flamethrower? Right? Dude with the flamethrower is who tried to help Hannah and Jessica that night when they fell off the cliff. He actually wasn't trying to kill him. They got scared and fell off because of him, but he tried to save him. So obviously he wasn't the one that killed him. Who put Hannah's head on a stake? It wasn't Josh. So it's like something's not making sense. So I think Josh a little nutty, but I don't think he killed nobody, and I don't think he there to kill nobody. It's something else going on here. Again, you could let me know what you think in the comments, or for those of you who know me, you could text me or hit me on Facebook and let me know what you think. But I don't know, man. It's a lot to unpack about a couple of these characters that don't make sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I don't know. This dude, man, is just he's a lot. But I think he's nutty. I think he's, especially since his sisters died. I think he's a little nutty. I think he's a little off. Um, and I think he could possibly be dangerous. He could be dangerous, but I don't think he's dangerous in this instance. Like, I don't think they have to worry about him until dawn. I don't think so. But I mean, we'll see. But let me know what you guys think, man, about these characters, and or you can let me know what you think about what my opinions of them was as well.